Stop everything. If you just bought a Mac Mini, or if you're sitting there right now with your wallet open waiting for the perfect moment to upgrade, you need to hear this. Apple is quietly setting up a power move that is going to shake the entire desktop market. We aren't just talking about a minor spec bump here. We're talking about a machine that takes the incredible redesign of 2024 and injects it with a level of graphical power that we honestly didn't see coming. The M5 Mac Mini is coming, and based on the latest leaks, it might just be the best value computer ever made. Today we're diving deep into the release dates, the massive GPU upgrades, and why this tiny box is about to become a major problem for every other PC manufacturer. Design and the bottom button. First, let's talk about the look. If you were hoping for another wild redesign, you can calm down. Apple finally gave the Mac Mini the facelift it deserved back in 2024. That was a huge deal because the design hadn't really changed in nearly 15 years. They shrunk it down, improved the thermals, and yes, they put the power button on the bottom. We know it's controversial. Some of you hate it, some don't mind lifting a corner to turn it on. But the reality is, Apple has no reason to touch this chassis again so soon. It's compact, it's modern, and it punches way above its weight class. For the M5 model, expect that same tiny footprint. The power button is likely staying exactly where it is. But frankly, when you hear what's happening inside, you probably won't care where the button is. The M5 silicon and the GPU leap. The real story here is the silicon. The standard M5 chip is the heart of this beast. On the CPU side, the gains are what you'd call modest, around a 10% to 15% improvement over the M4. Now, before you roll your eyes, remember the M4 is already ridiculously fast. A 15% boost on top of that makes this thing a rocket ship for single-core tasks like snapping open apps and crushing daily web browsing. But the CPU isn't the headline. The headline is the graphics. This is where Apple is pouring all its engineering magic. Despite sticking with a 10-core configuration, the M5's graphics performance is expected to jump by as much as 45%. Read that again. 45%. Usually we see 15% or 20% bumps. To get nearly 50% more graphical throughput means the M5 Mac Mini is a completely different animal for creative work. It stops being an office computer and starts being a legitimate workstation for video editing, 3D rendering, and heavy AI tasks. Storage and memory game changers. Let's talk memory and storage. For RAM configurations, stay familiar. 16 GB, 24 GB, and 32 GB. 16 GB as a standard is the new normal, and it's plenty for most people. But storage is the big win. For years, the 256 GB base storage has been a pain point. It's too small and it's slower. There is a very strong possibility that Apple finally pushes the base storage to 512 GB. This would be a game changer. It finally matches the demands of modern macOS and Apple Intelligence. If the base model starts at $599 with 512 GB of storage and that monster GPU, it becomes an instant buy recommendation. The M5 Pro Beast. Now for the power users. If the standard M5 sounds good, the M5 Pro is where things get aggressive. Leaks suggest two versions. A 14-core version and an unbinned beast with 16 cores, 12 of which are performance cores. Think about that, 12 performance cores in a computer you can hold in one hand. This is designed to chew through code compilation and massive music production projects. Plus, memory on the Pro could go all the way up to 64 GB. Price and release date. So, when can you get it? All signs point toward WWDC 2026, which usually happens the first week of June. Expect a mid-June release window. And the best part? Apple is expected to hold the line on price. $599 for the base M5 and $1,399 for the Pro. They aren't reinventing the wheel. They're just making it spin much faster. The Mac Mini has always been the unsung hero of the Mac lineup. With the M5, it's no longer entry-level. It's a consolidation of power. If you don't need a laptop, this is hands down the best computer you can buy for under $1,000. But I want to hear from you. Is that bottom power button a deal breaker? Or do you not care? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this helpful, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next Apple leak. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.